Good evening and welcome to another edition of the Press Box. Brian Carson here, my co-host Kenny Varner. How you doing, Kenny?
Not bad, Brian. Not bad. I wish the weather would make up its mind now. It's getting to be
Yeah,
a pain.
next week it's to be like 96, 97. Yay.
Yeah.
Well, we have tonight our guest. I think it is. In all of our podcasts, I think this is the first father-son we've had on.
Mm-hmm.
Good buddy of ours, known him a long time, Bret Treaster, and his son Braden. Braden's got an interesting story of where he's at now. We're going to talk to them and have a good show, kick it around.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you guys for coming on. I appreciate it.
No problem, Brian.
Yeah, thanks for having us. An honor to be the first father-son duo, seems like.
And Braden, you were around here, started out, I think it was Juniata County Radio, right?
Yeah, that was college days, Shippensburg, down at Shippensburg University.
Yeah.
Where I was doing radio broadcasts for Kevin Kodish's Juniata Lady Indian basketball teams that he had for a few years, for Steve Harris down at Juniata County Radio, him, Seth Dowling, Jim Fosselman being alongside of him with him. And that was the start of the college era and college days of working for one of the mentors of mine, longtime mentor, Bill Morgul. He's a sports info director at Shippensburg University. I think he's going to be there for probably another 10 more years. Who knows? I don't know. He might be there until he dies. He's been there forever. It seems like. He's not another guy. He's not the only guy I've been working with. Who's been in place forever. I know Dan Wilkes out in Pittsburgh State, where I was at a few years ago. Pittsburgh State Gorillas, one of the most funkiest mascots in all of NCAA sports, the only gorilla to be there. But yeah, Juniata County Radio, that's where everything got started. It was an interesting season. You got to learn more about District 6 than you knew working with Juniata basketball under Juniata high school basketball, to be exact.
And now you are in Cleveland, Mississippi.
That's
Are
right.
you the SID at Delta State? Is that your title? Or?
Yes. My title is the coordinator of athletic communications and sports information at Delta State University. We're a Division II school down here in Cleveland, Mississippi, in the Gulf South Conference. With 14 national championships historically. Most recent one coming in, I want to believe it was 2004 when Delta State won in baseball. Head coach Mike Kinnison, my boss, ironically, he's the athletic director. Applied for the position last year, and here we are in Cleveland, Mississippi.
So how's it been? I mean, you like it?
Oh yeah, I'm enjoying it. It's a great community. It's a unique community, to be exact. Small town. Food down here is amazing. I'll say that. It's very tremendous. Again, the athletics too. It's very good culture to be around. Athletic department, a very good culture. All have one goal in mind, just to be winning. Winning in everything we do. That's one thing I know our athletic director always likes to say. Just be the best in our conference and everything we do.
Are you inland or near the shore?
Well, we're definitely inland, but we are probably about a 5-minute drive from the Mississippi River.
Okay,
Nice.
We're right there along the Mississippi River.
Because when I was down, it's different. When I was down in Biloxi, the Gulf of Mexico, well, Gulf of America now, I should say, is right there. And I went to this restaurant, and I never had it because, being in, I don't have to tell you, being in central PA, we ordered seafood, and it was so damn good. It was like fresh. It was like 4 hours ago they caught it and brought it in. And, I know what you mean when you said about good food. That Biloxi had great seafood restaurants. Amazing.
Another thing, big fan of if you're a big fan of blues music, the Mississippi Delta's the area.
Oh yeah,
it's the home of blues music, and Clarksdale, which is about 30 minutes north. A lot of well-known musicians came out of Clarksdale, and we're probably about hour 45 south of Memphis, Tennessee. And again, it's a nice little area. A lot of farmland. To mention too. Again, I'll say one thing that doesn't like me down here: the mosquitoes. Can't be outside too long. Next thing you know, I got bug bites all over my body.
Oh, not good.
So, how much did your dad, who's looking at the Philly score? I know it.
Yes, I am.
Philly, I got him on here when the Phillies are playing tonight against the Marlins.
We're up 4-0.
Yeah.
And he keeps looking up at the TV, so I know what he's looking at. Sorry, Bret.
We're watching two different baseball games, it seems like.
How much did your dad influence where you are now? Because I know your dad, big sports guy, played baseball, scorekeeper for a lot of years in basketball, and what else, Bret? Football?
Yeah. There are the three main ones that I helped out with. Still do for two of them.
That's one of the responsibilities of my job is providing live statistics for all the media that comes to Delta State for football. We have two media outlets: the local newspaper, the Bolivar Bullet, and the local TV station down in Greenville.
Nice.
Greenville, and also we have our radio station too, which is Dave Berman. The
Berminator's on.
Berminator is here.
Legendary.
The
Hi,
Berminator. Sean Farrell's here too. But that's part of the process. The funny thing is, I remember when I was in college, I know you're doing stats on a computer for Bernie Howard in Mifflin County baseball, the almighty stat crew.
Yeah.
I got to learn that funny thing when I was in grad school. It was and having him come down my busiest weekend this year in the spring. It was February. Remember the date well, February 22nd for a baseball doubleheader. That the weather wasn't very southern friendly at all.
It wasn't.
we had baseball, softball, basketball, and swimming and diving going on all in one day. That's
wow.
The crazy thing of the SID world, as we call crossover season. Yeah, the winter to spring is more crazier than it is what you get from fall to winter. Fall to winter, you'll get your football, basketball going on the same day, and soccer too. So soccer does well. It's the thing, if your teams are doing well, your crossover season gets a little bit crazier, and we got a chance to deal with that this year. We had a very successful basketball team that went to a conference semis for the first time in 5 years, I would say. But yeah, a lot of learning from what he did. As even when I was a junior high player, I'd be that one doing the book for the ninth grade team when I was a 7th and 8th grader, and that learned a lot of things growing up.
Yeah, it was fun. I'd cover games. I'd cover games, and I'd go over to make sure Bret was right, so I'd let him look at my stats.
Yeah. Okay. The funny part about this, Brian, is he got started down in Shippensburg with the SID. I was at Chambersburg for a girls' basketball game, sitting at the scores table.
Doug.
With Doug, the PA guy at Shippensburg, and he does PA at Chambersburg, plus Bob Walker, who was originally from Yeagertown and was a track coach at Chambersburg. I said I have to come back down here again tomorrow, move Braden down for the spring semester. Doug goes, would he be interested in working? I said, I don't know if he is, but I know I'm willing to be working down there. And he said, well, have him come during the basketball game and meet Bill. I said, we'll be there. And from that day on, he was working in sports information. So He got it through basically chance encounter.
Mm-hmm.
here he is.
That's the way it happens quite a bit, you know. Some random thing you're not even expecting, and it changes the course of your career, life, whatever. So you don't do football, right? That's the one you stopped, right,
Yeah, that's
Brett?
one I get tired of traveling for the most part of it. So I just help out for home basketball, girls. Well, anything they need in the winter, I'm pretty much there for them. They know I'm only a block away. So, and then I still do baseball.
Was
Just a
football
scoreboard.
the football, was that the toughest thing to do, stat wise?
Yeah, it was. I mean, just because you're doing everything from your offense numbers to your defensive numbers as far as tackles and yardage and all that stuff. And yeah, I'd say for the most part of it's the hardest. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how you did that, man, because I could do the offensive stuff in football, but not the defense. Because, you know, we had to do, when you're covering the paper, you had to, you know, get the stats on, you had to keep track of both teams.
Right.
And
Yeah. I wouldn't have been able to do that, do the tackles. No, I just had to keep track of our stuff.
And I agree. I think football was, out of all the ones, that was the toughest to score.
Right.
Yeah,
I love going to soccer. That was pretty that was pretty easy.
Simple sport to cover right there. Just all who scores the goals and
Yep.
Yeah.
And baseball was great. I mean, I miss that, going out, nice day, sunny day, get your scorebook. It's so nice and relaxing. That I know why you keep doing it, Brett. It's pretty cool.
Yeah. The away part got to be old. I mean, I was putting in I was putting in more work doing that for baseball than what I was actually in an office. So I figured that had to stop.
So, you played Jaegertown Babe Ruth, right?
Oh, here we go. Yes. Yes. We were pretty good.
Yeah, I know. And you were an all-star.
Yes.
What position?
Back in '81.
What position did you play?
First base.
Okay.
Played all my life.
And you were rocking that nice afro.
Yep.
Yeah, there it is.
It's just a little drier.
There it is. Only then it wasn't gray.
That was blonde back then.
So, who was on your team, and give me some of your memories from that?
Which years we talking about? I mean, my 14-year-old, we won the league. We had the likes of Steve Sear, myself, Mark Berkey, Rob Treaster, Tommy Stoichev, Jimmy Hannon, and I'm trying to think of some of the other kids who were older. Oh, I don't even remember who my second baseman was. I know Scotty Ray was there, my 15-year-old, because he was a year behind me. Bobby Snyder, Chris Lutz. I go. I mean, there's all kind of different guys. We had fun. We played for Freddie Zook, and if you can't have fun playing baseball for Freddie Zook, you weren't ever going to have fun playing baseball.
Yeah, I love Fred. He was a great guy.
Yes, he was.
Real intimidating looking though. If you see him from a distance, scares the living Jesus out of you, and then you talk to him, and it's like, oh, okay.
He's the only guy that ever got thrown out of a game by getting out of his car.
How'd that happen?
Yeah.
Well, there's a certain umpire that he didn't see eye to eye with quite a bit. We pulled into Strode's Mills. That was the old field there by where that church is now. It's all uphill. He pulls in. The umpire said, "Fred, you're out of here." Put him back in his car, and that's where Fred sat the whole game.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, Fred and this guy, they never saw eye to eye. So,
Wow, I got to tell you what a good guy Fred was. Back, oh my God, was it the state championship year for Lewistown? We were down, Franco and I, in Brownsville. because there was a doubleheader, Mifflin, Indian Valley, Lewistown,
Oh, basketball,
baseball.
baseball, Brownsville. Okay.
Yeah, playing in the state tournament, and we were down. We ate at in Indiana, PA, eating at the Jimmy Stewart restaurant, and there was me, Franco, Ray Wild, Puffy Boyer, and Fred Zook. And we're talking, and Franco goes, "Oh, by the way, on Monday I want you to cover McVeigh and I want you to cover McVeigh and Yeagertown." And this is when McVeigh had the McVeigh 7,
Yeah.
and they were so good. And I went, and I forgot Fred was there. And I went, Jesus Christ, Franco, why do you have me covering that game? Yeagertown sucks. They're going to get blown out. And Ray kicks me under the table. And I look at Ray, and Ray's going with his eyes over to Fred. I was like, oh, shit. And I thought he was going to be super pissed. And I looked at Fred. I said, Fred, I am so sorry. That was rude. He goes, it's okay. They are going to kill us. We suck. And that was Fred. I loved it. So was that the year then you guys won? You said you won.
We won the league that year. My 13-year-old year, we finished third. My 14-year, we won the league. And my 15-year-old, we finished second because the catcher let the ball go between his legs up a bell away to the backstop, and the winning run scored, and we lost. But not that I hold grudges or remember anything like that.
No, not at all.
My 15-year-old year in '81 when we won the state with Fred coaching. So that was the one where we went the whole way through. Drexel Hill had to beat us twice, and they crushed us the first game. I think it was like 22-6. Instead of most teams moping around, we're out in the parking lot having a watermelon party and all kind of having fun, and people were looking at us. We're crazy. And we come back and beat them the next day, the state title. That's the day Ray Wild jumped higher than I've ever seen him jump before in my life. There's
I bet you had a sweater vest on too.
Oh, I guarantee he did.
90-degree weather, and the dude has a sweater vest, and he doesn't sweat.
Nope.
It's not human.
I don't.
So, did you play high school? Because I was out of here then, and my mom we left the area, and I went to Bald Eagle area.
I let her 3 years in high school.
Okay, first base.
Yep, first base. Well, my sophomore year, I backed up Tommy Klein at first base. And me and Mark Berkey kind of alternated designated hitter as sophomores.
Who was your coach?
John Monsell.
Oh, John. Okay.
Yeah. Then I played every inning of every game my junior and senior years.
Nice. Braden, I don't remember. Did you play?
Baseball, no.
Any others?
About it, but I was basketball and track and field.
Okay, I knew you played something. I just
more basketball than anything, but I was better at track once my junior and senior year came through. I was a jumper for Scott Gantz, and Tamara Seckler was the jump coach. She might still be in County. And,
I know she's the head coach. She might still be.
Coach, yeah.
She might be still coaching jumps.
Yeah. Scott Gantz is another good guy.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So now you're go ahead. Sorry, Kenny.
Oh, sorry. You did a little coaching at Phillipsburg as well, right?
Yeah, I was. So actually, I started at Juniata Valley with Coach TJ Anderson. Won first year coaching as an assistant. We won the district title there. Single A, we beat Bishop Carroll in the district title up in Mount Aloysius. I was their first district championship in like 25 years. The last time they won the district championship, they ended up winning the state championship in '95. And we were there for the funny part was the year after we won a district championship, and the year after we only won one game.
Wow.
So I can tell you everything about a single A school. There's a little bit behind why we went 1-21, but I'm not going to get into that. But we had 10 kids, and I'm pretty sure 2 of them were on the team the year before, and had maybe, if anything, 2 minutes worth of varsity basketball time in their lives. But I tell you what, the one game we won, I might have to check with TJ on this later. I don't know if he has his healthy heart game every year, and he's still up in Phillipsburg. When I come home, I still always go up and check in with the kids. All the kids on all levels still know who I am. So when they see me coming in, they're like, "Oh no, the crazy young coach is coming in." But I want to say he never lost a healthy heart game. He has the healthy heart game. He lost his father, I believe, to a heart attack. And he has a healthy heart game every year. But we won the healthy heart game the year we went 1-21 against Glendale, who I believe was like around 500. And I tell you, if you ever seen a team celebrate like they've won a championship before, it was that team that night. I looked at TJ afterwards. I said, to tell somebody we won a game with this team, I don't know how. It's memorable times. But after that, though, we went at the Phillipsburg Osceola, Greg Whitehead, who we ended up coaching his 2 kids in AAU ball, travel ball, Ryan and Jeremy Whitehead, which I'll tell you what, those are 2 mountain kids. You got 6'8" and 6'5". First year, I felt like we had a Division II school lineup with size. We had 6'8", 6'5", 6'6", 6'2", and 5'10". Starting lineup one time at Phillipsburg, and unfortunately, it had to be the COVID year. One thing I think TJ will be able to do it down the road. He has a group of kids going up through there right now in 4th and 5th grade. From what I'm seeing, they're looking phenomenal. They're going around the AAU circuit right now. They're handing out beatdowns, but they have never been to a state tournament game ever in basketball. But if the 2020 year with COVID, 2020 and 21, we went to district semis we lost to Westmont Hilltop on a heartbreaker in our own gym. It was back in the COVID era where we had to have all spread out benches.
Right. That was horrible.
Half of the gym's up, and we had the whole community there on our end, but we still had to have fans from the opposing team in. So some of their fans came up from Johnstown. We had a tied game with 30 seconds left, and we ended up losing on a 3-ball and a harm, 3-ball and a foul with 2 seconds left, which was heartbreaking. I feel for the kid this day. He was a great kid. Kenny, you might know the name Jake DeSimon.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
We had a kid that was killing us all game long from beyond the arc, and our deal was we had Jake. I said to Jake, stay on him. Don't go and help. TJ mentioned it too. Don't go and help on this kid. He's killing us from beyond the arc. Make him go off the 3-point line. The one time he goes and help, he kicks it out to him, and I tell you what, I've never seen a kid close out so quick to the point he clotheslined the kid and hurt him.
Wow.
He tripped on the closeout, went head first into the kid's chest, and clotheslined him. But it was heartbreaking at the end of the season to the point where in my head I'm like, not only for the kids but for the community, for Phillipsburg and basketball-wise, if there was no COVID in the year afterwards, it was top 4 teams in 3A. Top 4 teams in 3A get a state tournament berth. And the one year you didn't get a state tournament berth happened to be a year you make it to the Final Four. But how I know Kenny Varner's in the house every single time, I always will never not stop by and see you, Kenny, on the sideline before a game.
Yeah, that's awesome. It's nice to see a familiar face, and when you're going to a game like that down there.
I saw in all my years of doing basketball, I think I only did Phillipsburg one time, and it was girls. And I remember going down. They were playing Juniata when Kodish was coaching.
Allie Harrington.
Yes, I saw this little. I saw this little skinny runt, and I, honest to God, said to Kodish, "What the hell? Why are they putting her out there? The wind's gonna blow her away." So the game starts, and she doesn't miss a damn thing. Boom, 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 3-pointers, boom. It's like, my God, I was one of my biggest surprises because I thought this skinny little girl's gonna get run off the court. No, 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 no.
I'll tell you one thing, Brian. The Juniata County radio experience. One game we went up to Phillipsburg the following year, I believe, to play at Phillipsburg. Yeah, Hallie, I believe when you saw her that year, she might have been a sophomore. She ended up being Center County's all-time leading scorer. And
Wow.
the year we went up was her junior year. And if I do remember, not only Hallie Harrington scored above 40, I believe Josie Swartz also scored above 40. It was those two were just going back and forth, exchanging buckets. Right? I'm like, Josie's a great athlete. Hallie Harrington's a basketball player.
Yes.
Yeah.
Being a great soccer player at Lock Haven. And I mean, the Swartz family, they can have their own soccer team themselves.
Oh, I know. I know.
It was always funny to see them going into the gym. You see Jill and you see 10 other kids following her into the gym.
Yeah, it was like when I was up there, it was like Bald Eagle area wrestling. Every year there was a Fisher. It's like almost every year there was a Fisher or a Gunnell.
I swear there's always a twin somewhere in Bald Eagle. My age too, you had the Green brothers. It was Bryson, I think Bryson Brian Green.
Yeah.
They're two black-haired guards, two scrawny kids too. Well, they ended up not being as scrawny now. I don't know how they're doing well.
They had the other two kids on the basketball team that were like, I think, identical twins. I'm trying to remember their names.
Were they the Wolf brothers?
This is when Billy Butterworth was coaching the boys.
I'm thinking the Green. Was Billy Butterworth coaching when I was playing? I think.
He might have been.
Now, were they bigger or smaller? Because I know the Green brothers.
No, they were tall.
Was it the Wolf brothers? Maybe.
The name's escaping me. Because
I remember those guys in Indian Valley era. I was like a kid. I think it may have been the Wolf brothers.
Because I think it was the only time Billy really had a halfway decent team is when those guys were there.
Yeah,
because as you know, Bald Eagle's not known for basketball; it's softball and wrestling.
Yeah, baseball's been doing well.
Yeah.
Their problem is, I think they run into years when Phillipsburg was doing well, or say Tyrone a couple years was doing well.
Yep.
Belfont this year again.
Yeah.
Belfont.
So
now the Laurel Highlands, the old Mountain League. Now it's the Laurel Highlands.
Yeah, everybody in there.
Everybody in there's. It just depends on the sport. You know, the baseball side, you see the Mountain League schools, they'll kick tail. But same baseball and softball. But you know, the basketball side, it's the Johnstowns, the Central Cambrias. You get Penn Cambria every now and then. Bishop Carroll's always good. I don't know if Causey's still there or not. Causey's as long as he's there, they're always going to be tough. I know he's been battling cancer while coaching. Yeah,
that stinks.
Yeah, I think he's doing all right now though. Like I know the year when we played him at Juniata Valley, he was battling cancer. Because people would always ask, "You wearing a hoodie?" Because he kind of wanted to cover part of his face and his head up, just because cancer was doing that to him. But he was he's a really good coach though. I mean, the teams he's coached, the team we played, if I remember, they had a guard. It was a junior when we played him. I don't remember his name, but he had to be playing Division II. I know the big guy that we played against went to IUP, Nolan Burke. But we had solid athletes at JV that year. We had Cam Collins, Quinn Zanoble, Mike Zanoble. He was in Indian Valley. But Mike Zanoble, his youngest son, which I tell you what, that kid was a freak in nature. We called him Superman. I mean, he wasn't a great basketball player, but he was just a freak of nature athlete. But he would still give us 20 points if we needed him to go out and give us 20 points. Because I believe out of all the 50 points we scored in that district title, I think him and Cam Collins scored about 40 of them. I think probably each had 20.
Wow. Brett, I want to talk some baseball with you.
Okay.
Pro stuff.
I got a question. I got a question for Kenny first. Were you ever at the state title game?
Yeah, that was something.
Anyone?
Yeah.
What was it?
That was a little crazy.
Was it a block?
I don't know.
They had a camera angle from the back end.
Yeah, I wondered. I mean,
camera angle from the rear side, and it kind of did look like he blocked from the rear side. But
the catcher didn't say a word. He just put his head down and kept going. Yeah. So
the catcher knew.
Yeah. So, but go ahead, Brian.
We were talking a little bit before we got on, and I'm going to use an example of my horrible Nationals. This thing now where pitchers don't want to, well, the managers don't either, and the pitchers act that way too. Like they got arms made of glass where if they get near like 7 innings or 100 pitches, we got to go out. We got to get out of the game. And there was a thing that happened to my sucky Nationals. The only guy they got that's good in pitching, Mackenzie Gore, goes 7 innings, no hits. 7 innings, no walks, 10 strikeouts, 3 hits. Nationals are up 4-0. They take him out after 7 when he isn't at 100 pitches yet. He was like 92. They bring the bullpen in, and they lose 8-4. Why take him out?
Good question. A lot of this stuff, starting with the 100 pitches and stuff like that, is a lot of your front office people protecting their investment. That's all it really has come down to, is protecting their investment. And Phillies do the same thing. The other night with the young kid, the Abel kid, he only had 77 pitches, and that was after 5, and he was up 2-1. They took him out. They held on to win actually that day. So, but yeah, I know where you're coming from. It's frustrating because you watch Wheeler. Wheeler will do. They have a little longer leash for Wheeler. They let him at least go to 110 or so. But a lot of these younger guys, they're protecting their investment. These organizations, they don't want to stretch them too far and take a chance on them getting hurt.
It's really frustrating, and it's like you see it so many times. Pitcher's doing great, take them out, and the bullpen gets fried. Yep. And I don't know, Garrett Cole last night in the Yankees-Angels game said and I disagree with him completely. They asked him about it, and he said, well, it's because the guys are throwing so hard every pitch. Well, you think Bob Gibson didn't throw hard every pitch?
There's a difference between throwing hard every pitch and throwing hard, stressful pitches. I mean, you're going to throw hard if you aren't throwing hard every pitch, you probably shouldn't be pitching.
Right.
I know you're going to have change-ups and stuff like that, but you got stressful pitches where you got runners on and stuff like that. That's another monster, too, that you have to deal with. And up and downs, like I like to call it, how many times you're up and downs.
But it's like, I just, these guys, like back in the old days, Johnny Vandermeer pitching a doubleheader. I know the game was different. But he pitched a doubleheader. I read once where Bob Gibson in a game threw 180 pitches. 180.
Yep. Yeah, back then, 130 wasn't uncommon, 140 wasn't uncommon. So, Carlton, I like to see Dad try to do that like Steve Carlton nowadays, try to take him out of a game.
No, Carlton, I know that. I was not a Philly fan, but I was a Carlton fan big time. And that guy would get downright angry if you'd come to take him out.
Better believe it.
Downright angry. I don't know. I just think the game is it's good. Yeah, that's the word I was looking for. I do like the pitch clock though.
I do too. I didn't think I was going to, but I do like that. I don't like the guy on second base in extra innings though. I still don't like that.
No, that's like Little League stuff.
Yeah.
We're gonna put you on second. Berman got the answer.
Berman. That's I just looked at the Boone Brothers.
It was the Boone Brothers.
The Boone Brothers. It always rely on Dave Berman. I call him the Pennsylvania High School Encyclopedia.
That's why he's a legend.
He's the legendary.
Yeah, he's been doing it a while. No doubt about it. He does have.
He's older than I am.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Not many are, but he is. But he does he's got all this knowledge of Mifflin County and other sports around.
Knowledge of anything in Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
If I got a Pennsylvania high school basketball question, I know who I'm going to ask.
Yeah.
It's Dave Berman.
I don't know. I think I could trip him up in wrestling. I do.
Yeah, you probably got him there. You're right.
I think you got him in wrestling.
Yeah. Because that's not his big thing. His was basketball, football.
Football, any other sport. Of course, down there is big into the lacrosse scene now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Eagles. The Eagles.
Super Bowl champion Eagles.
No.
Eagles. I thought they were the Golden
Eagles. No, that's Tyrone.
Tyrone's Golden Eagles. Both Eagles are just the Eagles.
Yeah, I just know they got the color.
See, they had Eagles in their name and said, hey, let's make the last name Eagles too.
Yeah.
Because,
very creative up there in Wingate.
Oh, yeah.
So why did Bodie and Nittany go with Panthers then? Weren't Bodie and Nittany Panthers?
Exactly.
5-time world champs. That's right.
Berman
Go
caught
Birds. Go Birds.
Go Birds. That's what I have to tell people down here in Mississippi too. When they say the Eagles, I'm like, Super Bowl champion Eagles. Just remember.
Till this year when the Rams do it again.
I can say that all the way until February.
Yeah, it's fun, isn't it, to brag?
Yeah.
I mean,
it is.
When the Rams won Super Bowl 56, I was the most arrogant prick for an entire year.
Just that year.
I've run into a few times after that, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
He didn't hear me.
Fun.
He didn't hear me.
What?
Nothing, buddy.
I just I got so mad. I've been a lifelong, since Roman Gabriel days. And after they won the Super Bowl, I was in a Unimart with a Rams hat on. And somebody goes, one of the counter people is like, you wearing that just because they won the Super Bowl now? And it really offended me. Like I'm a fair weather, whoever wins, that's who I'm for. I said, gee, damn it. I've been a Ram fan before you were born.
I had a Ram hat once when I was in 6th grade.
Did you really?
beanie. Yes, I did.
I knew you had some taste.
And I thought somebody stole it out of my locker at the middle school. And here I found it year end. We were cleaning out our locker.
Oh.
Kind of fell to the bottom, and I never found it till the end of the year.
Yeah, I know. I kind of swear, Berman. Yeah, they're still living the Van Brocklin and Steve Van Buren days.
That's right.
The only thing I didn't, I don't know, maybe I have the wrong impression of him, but I didn't want Sirianni to win one because I think he's an arrogant prick.
I think he fits the people in Philadelphia well. We're all arrogant. Like, well, that's.
So do I.
So we went. This is why this year the Rams have them. They went and got their.
That's not the run, Brian. Gotta be able
They
to
went. They went. That's what they did. They went and got their biggest need. He is an under the radar free agent signing, but Poona Ford from the Chargers was a big get at nose tackle. And then they drafted Chris Paul and got Nate Landman from the Falcons for up the middle. Now you throw Devontae Adams over there. Uh-oh. No, I do think the Eagles, I will say this. The Eagles have to be the favorite until somebody beats them. But I do believe the Rams and a healthy Lions are the two teams to challenge them. I don't want to hear about some idiot sports writer, and you know there's a bunch of us that are idiots, said Jaden Daniels is the best quarterback in the NFL.
No.
We just beat the snot out of the best quarterback in the NFL, in my opinion. I still think Patrick Mahomes is up there.
Oh, God, yeah. I mean, the age is, I think, starting to get him a little, but, you know, and then I got to tell you, Pittsburgh Steeler fans, I know you're listening. Aaron Rodgers ain't going to get you shit.
This might be the first year they're under 500.
Yeah. You're talking about a man, I know the Jets stink, but he clearly declined in ability.
Yes.
With the Jets. And you got a Steeler team that lost Najee Harris and got rid of it, and I don't know why. Well, he was arrogant and lazy. Traded George Pickens. So all you got for that is a 42-year-old quarterback and DJ Metcalf. Yay. Good luck.
Yeah, and we don't even have T.J. Watt signed. He's holding out. So.
Oh, that's right. I forgot, Kenny. You're a Steeler fan.
Yeah, I don't try to broadcast it much right now.
He looked good in metallic green and silver.
Yeah, he looked good in that midnight green across the state. Let's take a little trip
TJ.
across 76.
Oh, my God. Everybody would want him.
Yeah.
I don't know why the Steelers are doing what they're doing. Just give him what he wants. If they're going to pay this ridiculous salaries to people, he's the best pass rusher in the NFL.
Mm-hmm.
It's no doubt.
And he's only 30, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's not that old yet. He's not up there yet.
But I mean, if Aaron Rodgers, he's older and brittle, if he goes down, they got Mason Rudolph.
I feel like he's been there forever.
He spent a year in Tennessee, I think, didn't he?
Yeah.
He did.
Yeah.
But it's just a Pittsburgh name, I'm guessing. Mason Rudolph, that guy, huh?
So what we got to do is, I don't know why it didn't pass. We got to ban this damn tush push.
Hey, but you can't stop it, you know.
Do you know? I don't have to.
But you can't stop it,
Brett. I don't have to tell you because you're my age or close to it. Just like 6 years ago, that was illegal.
Well, yeah, because remember, what was it, the Notre Dame USC game, the push the guy over the goal line, the bush push?
That's 2005.
Yeah, because it wasn't Michigan.
Yeah, to push a guy.
Yep.
It's illegal.
Now you can push him, you can't pull him.
That was just a long day in football. if I do remember.
Yeah, you remember.
Yeah.
How's your Phillies doing?
They're up 4-1, bottom of the sixth. Rangers still pitching.
Oh, Suarez went.
Yeah,
If any of you guys
he's
been
only
watching
at
college
73 pitches. So I
What's
watched
that?
the first game today. I watched Coastal
baseball,
Carolina.
Brian, you been watching college baseball at all?
Yeah, my team
bit.
lost. They're still alive, but I'm a UCLA fan.
Are they still alive? I thought they got eliminated. I thought
No.
Arkansas eliminated them.
No, they only had one loss, and then they lost that rain delay game to LSU. So they're still in it.
LSU's playing Arkansas right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, Arkansas beat them last night.
Yeah, because they got a disadvantage. You had to play.
Yeah, they had to play 2 games yesterday.
Yeah. Whoever lost that
Arkansas beat them last night.
delay game got screwed. I think. I mean, it's going to be tough to be an SEC team in baseball in general, but Coastal Carolina is just everything's going right for them right now.
Yeah, that's pretty cool, actually.
And it was pretty cool to see Murray State in person.
Yeah.
I went to the Ole Miss Regional, a 2-hour drive from where I'm at. I went to the Ole Miss Regional. I'll tell you what, Murray State in person, they were just hitting the crap out of the ball that weekend.
Cool.
And it was, I'll say this, it was impressive for the Wood kid yesterday to throw a no-hitter against
No hitter, yeah.
Oh, how about that? My God.
It's been a while since they've seen a no-hitter out there in Omaha.
They said
They've
there was
never had 3.
yeah, they said there was only 3 ever.
Yeah.
And the last time it was done was what, Brett, like 66 or something like that?
Well, that was the year I was born, so
Me
a lot
too.
of lot of good things was happening that year, Brian.
Yeah. Well, when were you born? What month?
February.
February.
Yep.
Okay, you're 8 months older than me. I was born in October of 66.
February of 66.
Right
I was
now,
one of the older ones of our grade.
what's that?
I was one of the older ones in our class.
Ah. Yeah.
Not wiser, just older.
Arkansas is beating LSU 1-0.
Yep. They got to beat them twice to go face Coastal Carolina for all the marbles. It'd be nice to see Arkansas win it. You know, their fan base has been dealt with torture. Seems like in college baseball these past couple of years.
Yeah.
But I'll say this: the Coastal Carolina team. Like I said, Coastal Carolina is just a team of destiny. But yeah, that's what I'm watching right now. I'm watching Arkansas LSU. It's nice. I think LSU is going to win it all, but it'd be nice to see Coastal Carolina win. It'd be nice to see somebody other than the SEC. Everybody down here talks about the SEC all the time, and I'm like, hold up now. There's still got the Big Ten.
More little world than the SEC.
Yeah. I always joke with them, like, well, you guys haven't won a national title in football there in a couple of years, so it's.
Well, you are right. UCLA shows you how much I pay attention. UCLA was eliminated by Arkansas 7-3
So
yesterday.
The kid that threw a no-hitter from Arkansas, the Wood kid,
Yeah.
was talking about it in the office today. Our athletic development officer, Kel Lang, he was neighbors with the kid that threw a no-hitter. So his oldest son
Wow.
grew up with the kid. So they used to be in Arkansas. They used to live in Arkansas. Him and his wife, Tracy Lang, she's the women's basketball coach here. They used to be in Arkansas for a good bit. But that was one thing he told me. That was my little fun fact of the day that I learned today about the people I work with.
Didn't he have a ridiculous amount of strikeouts too?
19.
19.
Wow.
That's probably the game of his life.
One of the kids he struck out in the 9th inning was a kid went to the same high school as him, and they worked out together in the off season.
Unfortunately, he lost his perfect game to a hit by pitch.
Yes. Yeah, it's unbelievable. But I mean, that's something that not no offense to him, but he'll probably never do anything like that again.
The kid didn't lean into it though, like Jose Tabata against Max Scherzer back, or was it Max Scherzer back in the day that had that perfect game for the Nationals?
Yes.
That was just I couldn't stand.
I hated it. I hated it. And Scherzer, and I'll tell you, do you remember Scherzer's look? He had those different colored eyes, just looking at him like
crazy. He's a crazy guy.
I'm gonna get you with my dark eye. So, Bret, let's talk about a little bit of Mifflin County here. Had damn good athletes.
Yes.
But lately, we've had exceptional athletes roll through here. Hayden Hidley, Trent Hidley, who, by the way, made the world team.
Yep.
From Lewistown. Skylar Ciccolini. And now Carter Smith is winning state champions everywhere. I mean, what's in the water now?
Well, I don't know if it's in the water as much as it's a work ethic. Some of these kids are, realizing it's got to work at your craft. You just can't show up on the same season and expect to be good. You got to work at it all year round. You can still play different sports, but you got to work on the one, that you want to be number one in all the time. Because I played baseball and basketball both. But I was always, in my mind, I always thought I was a baseball player first. Sometimes I think that hurt me on the basketball floor, but it's you just got to work at it.
Yeah.
And the same way with the football program, the kids are hitting the weight room and working hard, like Coach Bruin said last week. But they can still play other sports and still be in the weight room working.
Do you? I always thought it was okay. I liked it. Do you like kids that play multiple sports? Would you want Braden did play multiple sports, so
yeah, it makes sense. I mean, now because you think about it, Trent was a real good baseball player. They all could, both of them could play football.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
But in their situation, a little different because
him I understand because he got so good at it that he's like, okay, this is what I want to be the best at,
right?
And everything fell aside to that,
right? And
but you're right, it is attitude. I say this story over and over again, but he lost to Caleb Young of Punxsutawney as a sophomore in the state finals. I go and interview him, and he goes, almost crying, he goes, I do not ever want to experience that feeling again. I am never going to lose again in high school. And I'm like, oh, in my mind, oh, God, yeah, my God. Not only did he not lose, he wasn't taken down for 2 years. That's just something special mentally. And then I talked to Carter Smith this year after states. I was like, what more mountains are there to climb? I want to be a national champion. And that's a different attitude.
He keeps going. I mean, he's the 4.01 there.
Yeah, 401 mile
in the state finals. That was just phenomenal to watch that. I don't know if you got a chance to watch that, but the way he just pulled away from those guys was unbelievable.
Yeah, he has that extra gear, man. It's like, where the hell is that coming from?
Yep.
But he's got a chance. The most state championships ever won by any individual in any sport was 10. By God, I forget her name now. From Marion Mercy Academy. She was a sprinter. 200, 300 hurdles, 100. She won 10 state titles. Carter Smith, if he does every event he did this year, counting cross country, would have 9 state titles. And that would be the most ever by any distance runner
Right.
in state history.
We'll have to get one of those relay teams on the ball so we can get 10.
How about it?
Mhm.
See, that was the only problem. That relay team won. I think it won districts, but when he got down there, he ran the 1800 and the 1600, and I don't blame him. He said, "I'm not running the relay."
Yeah.
So, yeah, you got to work at one thing until you're the best at it. I worked to be good looking, and it turned out to be true.
Well, you lost that battle, buddy.
Why do you think I just have an avatar and don't go live? I don't want to frickin' scare everybody.
Oh my! It's always fun to pick on you, Brian.
Hey,
Glad to see you're feeling better. That's the big thing.
thank you, my friend. I do. I feel okay. I still eventually, hopefully, Geisinger stops dragging their damn feet and gets me my prosthetic so I can go to rehab. And it's really weird knowing you have to learn how to walk again.
Yeah.
Something you took for granted your whole life, and now you got to learn how to walk again. My wife likes it though, because I get her so frustrated she can come slap me on the head and know I can't get her.
Yep. Oh yeah, she came in here last time to pay your bill and everything in here, and she said if she did something wrong, you were going to hit her. I went, no, you don't. That ain't going to happen because you can run faster than he can.
Yeah. I was kidding. I would never hit her, but I couldn't hit her anyway because you're right.
That's what I mean. You can caught her anyway. That and your daughter-in-law or stepdaughter was in here.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
For what? She doesn't pay.
Well, she just came in with your wife.
Oh, okay. It's like, wait a minute.
Yeah, everybody comes and gives me money. Everybody likes to show up and give me money, Brian. You know.
Oh, I know. You ran unopposed again.
No, I didn't.
No, he
I
ran
thought
opposed.
you did. Who'd you go against?
Pam Eberman.
Oh, you killed her. That's right.
Yeah. Yeah, it wasn't close.
Never doubted.
Is that a 4-year deal or what?
Yeah, 4-year term. I beat her 12 years ago too, so I don't know,
Rub it in her face. Look at that. 12 years later, I'm still kicking your ass.
Well, I don't know if she'll run again because she is 73 or 74.
Oh my God.
Wow.
Yeah.
Here I am. Here I am taunting an old lady.
Yeah, see how you are?
So, you're going to score again this year?
You mean run the clock?
Yeah, and score baseball and that.
Run the scoreboard again for baseball. I don't do scoring anymore.
Oh, okay.
Actually, I don't. Only when there's a real questionable call, they'll come ask me then. But I mean, last year I had to take 15 classes. The year before it was 9. It was the same 9 plus 6 more classes. So I'm going to wait and see. Come July, if I have to go through that same crap again.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it's all online, but you have to take a test after every session. Some of them are only 30 minutes long. Some of them are an hour and a half long. And none of them pertain to anything I do. I sit behind the scores table. That's it. I don't know if the kid's diabetic.
Oh my
FERPA.
Lord.
Don't get me started on FERPA. What that is. That's when people get a kick out of me up there. I'll start complaining about FERPA. So you aren't allowed to tell people where kids are from.
Oh,
So
yeah?
whenever doing for like introductions for basketball and they say from Yagertown such and such, that's actually against FERPA laws.
It is?
Jeez.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
but nobody's going to say anything. I mean, it's no
Yeah.
big deal. I think it's basically for that's a lot of the stuff is for inner cities,
Yeah.
and it's a state that mandates all this.
Of course.
So, yeah, I can't tell. If anybody's been drinking, if somebody comes up to the scores table, if they're drinking at that point, then so be it. They already went by the coaching staff and everybody else to get to me. So it's health, kids being abused. Stuff the teachers and people who are with them every day have to be looking out for. So, but yeah,
Wow.
I had to do 15 different classes on that stuff last year. Like I said, the year before it was 9.
That'd be irritating.
Yeah, it kind of is. But then again, Tish will talk me into it. So,
Braden, I don't want to put you on the spot with your employers, but your goals. Do you want to eventually be an SID at a D1?
It'd be nice. It'd be nice. My end goal is honestly to be an athletic director. I think it'd be.
Oh yeah, cool.
I
Nice.
mean, SID would be a start, but athletic director, you run the whole thing.
That's it, man. I like it.
Comment on here.
hey, Josh.
Don't dream small. I like that. Be an AD.
Whether it's college or high school, it'd be cool.
Yeah.
It'd be cool even being high school AD and get back to coaching basketball. I did enjoy my time doing that at Phillipsburg. I mean, it was a blast. Whether it was during the season in November through February, March, or in the off season when we're traveling around the East Coast playing in AAU tournaments and all the fun times you had with all the athletes we've coached, whether it was travel ball or high school ball, all the commitment too. I mean, there were some times while coaching, I know the example, the one time the COVID happened and TJ ended up getting COVID. I had to take over the team for a week, and I tell you what,
did you have fun?
I've had throughout a whole week. We ended up going 2-0 in 24 hours. We ended up beating Penns Valley at home and went to Bellefonte. We got a win there. The Penns Valley game was the most stressful one of them all. But,
I see. I didn't even notice Brett had his Penn State hat on.
Yeah. I was going to wear my Delta, but I didn't think the green and white go with my John Kruk and the spirit animal shirt.
Crucky.
I'm still wearing my work clothes. That means
I like Kruk. I like Kruk. I like the way he announces.
Yeah, so do I. Keeps it interesting.
Yeah.
broadcast.
He's not boring, I'll tell you that. Well, thank you, Dave.
The funny thing, I still love the John Kruk story. It was last year when he told it, the prison ball story that he told about when he played baseball against a bunch of prisoners in the prison.
Oh.
The pitcher was in prison because the pitcher was throwing so hard he had to ask the catcher, who had no equipment, what did he do? He said he caught his wife in a car with another guy and burned the car down.
Oh, wow. That's serious crap.
And some of the stuff that Kruk mentions on the air, it's hilarious to watch.
Yeah. But I got to tell you, Brett, I didn't bash your Phillies because they're a good team. I know that. I like that Sanchez kid.
Yeah.
He's going to be a good one. If he stays healthy, he's going to be a good one. But I will tell you, every year, Penn State fans, we're going to win the national championship. You're not winning the national championship. You're not.
Not with the used car salesman.
Right. I know he can recruit really well, but I just do not think Franklin is a big game coach. I said it 1,000,000 times.
You're not going to get an argument out of me on that one.
I'd be interested to see how it goes this year. this is one of those years where they have a lot returning. You know, they have Drew Aller returning.
Yeah.
They have Singleton and Katron Allen returning.
They got the best backfield in college
football. They got the
football.
best backfield. I'm trying to remember how many on the line that they're returning. But again, they got there. They got to the college football playoff.
Well, I'll tell you what.
12 teams now, but
there's some like they do these way too early top 25s.
Mm-hmm.
CBS Sports had them number 1.
I saw several with having Penn State number 1.
They must be drinking.
No, I think they're going to be good. There is no doubt in my mind they're going to make the tournament. No doubt. But
it should be every year.
Yeah.
I mean, that's
especially with NIL stuff now, because they're going to be one of the top schools with NIL money out the wazoo.
Oh yeah.
It's a rich get richer thing.
Yes.
Them, Ohio State, Michigan, USC.
Ohio State spent the most money last year and ended up winning it all.
And if Kraft can get his own way, over there, they'll have the most.
Yeah. Thing that surprised me is I feel the greatest coach in the NFL, Sean McVay, is he mentioned in a interview after the draft, somebody asked him about, well, you didn't draft a quarterback now and Matthew Stafford's getting old. Who do you like, if any, that's coming out next year? And he mentioned Drew Aller. And that surprised me because, hell, I don't know football anywhere near him. And if he likes him, I mean, holy shit, he got Jared Goff to take us to a Super Bowl.
You got to realize a lot of guys like Christian Hackenberg too. So
yeah,
I'll leave that one there.
Yeah, what McSorley was better than Hackenberg.
McGloin,
yeah.
Oh, you mentioned Darryl Clark and Michael Robinson back in the day.
Yeah.
And
don't forget about Tony Sacca. No.
Oh yeah. I love Paterno, George Paterno with his Italian accent. There was always an R at the end of it when you listen to him broadcast. Yeah. Tony Sacker.
Yeah, I could go on forever sitting here talking about them.
But I'll say this: I think Drew Aller he is a talented quarterback. He has the right mind. I just didn't think he's not like Christian Hackenberg. Well, I think Christian Hackenberg was a kind of. He knew he was talented, so he felt he deserved the world type of guy.
I don't think he worked for it.
He wasn't. Yeah, he was a guy who was a 5-star talent with a 2-star work ethic. You know.
Yeah.
There we go.
And
that'll kill you every time.
It does. It does. I mean, I've seen it. I've seen talent with 2-star work ethic. You know, you have to get it into them. You know.
Or if you're like Jamarcus Russell, just take the crank. Forget about the NFL, baby. Give me my money. I'll buy some crank.
Take the money and run with it.
Yeah.
But I'm interested to see how Penn State looks this year. I'll even say the same thing with Ohio State. You know, it's going to be interesting. The one game that intrigues me with Penn State is the Oregon game at home. You know, it's first time in a regular season play. I think that might be their first time playing Oregon in a regular season, and who knows how long.
Yeah.
Before the Big Ten title, the last time they played was the '95 Rose Bowl.
Oregon's my team is football's UCLA, and they absolutely stink.
You got Nico. I'm gonna leave you.
Yeah, Nico's gonna go. Holy shit! Why did I take the $4 million when nobody can block?
And the taxes are higher in California.
Yeah.
Did you see your head coach's Big Ten Media Day last year?
Yeah. Deshaun, too many hits to the head.
In Los Angeles.
Too many hits to the head.
Oh my goodness. That's
Yeah,
the only thing you know about UCLA football that day. They're just in Los Angeles.
yeah, they're bad, and it's like the Oregon starting quarterback is going to be Dante Moore, who left us, went to the transfer portal.
That's right.
It was UCLA's first 5-star recruit in 20 years, and he leaves. It's so bad out there. Chip Kelly would rather be an offensive coordinator than a head coach at UCLA.
Is he still going to be at Ohio State this year, Chip Kelly?
No, he went to the NFL again.
Oh, there you go. Well, he took their D coordinator. That's one thing that I saw.
Yeah.
I'd be interested to see how Penn State looks on the defensive end this year.
I think they still got talent, but losing a guy like Abdul Carter is going to hurt.
Yeah, but you got Sutton.
You got Dennis Sutton.
You got him back.
They always tend to get guys in that position though. They always tend to get those edge rushers every other year.
But somebody's got to calm Abdul Carter's ego down. One to think he should wear Lawrence Taylor's retired jersey. Come on.
And then he wanted who was the quarterback? Phil Simms. He wanted number 11 then too.
Phil Simms said no.
Yeah.
Too. The only one that was cool was Warren Moon. He told Cam Ward, "Yeah, you can wear my jersey." I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But hey, thank you guys for coming on. I appreciate it. It was a lot of fun.
No problem. Yeah, it was fun. Didn't even hassle you at all.
No, we were pretty decent with each other. That's got to stop.
Winter sports will be here before you know it.
Yep.
Of course, I don't have to make any phone calls or do anything anymore. I just sit behind the clock and whenever it's over, I get home.
There you go. Well, I hope they're not listening, but my friends at the Sentinel, who I work for, wrestling isn't on the top of their list anymore. So,
who's the sports editor? Who's the head sports guy there now?
Anthony Fiuza.
Like, I don't know who it was ever since my college roommate Will Whistler left.
Yeah, Will was good
Will
kid.
Was great. Yes.
Yeah,
Good kid.
He's now working for the Farm Bureau.
Oh, I thought he was turning tricks on the street.
I could be doing that too.
He could be doing that. It could be doing that.
I mean, he has 2 kids now, but I guess it's not enough.
Yeah.
No, he's a good kid, but just to tell you, I'll probably get in trouble for this. Their news judgment is not too good. I won't say his name. It's not the sports editor. It's the guy that does the editing on Sundays. I said, I got Hidley's Final X story. He made the world team. Braden, you know that. Bret knows that. Even if you're not wrestling fans, he made the world team. I was told, but we don't have room for that for Monday. It's like, what? What?
Something probably happened down in Millertown they had to put in there.
I can't remember what was in, but it's like, my God. If that's not news, what is?
Yeah. They should bump up the local kid first before anything else anyways. No matter who they are, if they do well, that's who they should be pumping up.
Yeah. Kenny, remind me to delete the last part of this. So I don't lose my part-time job. But no, they know I love most of the people out there. There's one person who's an annoying twit, and he just doesn't have any news sense at all. And if he's ever listening, you know who you are.
Won't want to get on your bad side.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, just to say that this same person said, I think we're running too many stories on Carter Smith.
Oh my God.
Jeez.
Dude The dude won 2 state championships. He's won 5 in the last 14 months.
Yeah.
It's the same thing. It's the same thing in my world here in Delta State. You know, when you have a baseball team who's normally regularly always good. Like this year, we had the pitcher of the year, and it felt like every week he kept on winning pitcher of the week because he just kept on going out there and throwing in 9 innings and giving maybe 1 run. At one point, you know, after 10 starts, he had an ERA of .34, and he threw like 80-some innings. It's
Jesus.
You gotta keep throwing him out there.
Yes.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, his arm did get a little tired down the stretch of the season. We got cold at the wrong time. But again, you know, with the season that they had, it was phenomenal to be a part of, and you know, to travel to Lakeland, Florida for a baseball regional, which we wish we hosted it here in Cleveland, which would be. I think with the staff they have now, they'll be able to do it here. It's again Cleveland. I'll say this: I'd say Delta State. We probably have one of the nicest, if not the nicest, baseball stadium in Division II. It's cool. Crazy. We're going to a South Regional in Lakeland, Florida, and me and our game ops guy, our coordinator of game operations, are looking at each other going into this baseball stadium. Like, what are we even walking into right now? Like this baseball stadium. Like, and then I caught myself saying, I'm like, man, we're spoiled. Like, we're spoiled. We get a nice D2 stadium to play baseball in every day, and we're going down to a place in Florida thinking like this place is a joke. You know, but
yeah. Kenny, we made a mistake.
What's that?
We let the show run too long, and old man Brett's prostate's acting up. He had to leave for a second. I'll ask him how his prostate is when he gets back.
Well, I'll say this too, Kenny. I had several times where I had players asking me who you were every time I'd go over and say something to you.
Uh-huh.
They first thought, one kid asked me one time, is he here for you? I'm like, no, he's here for you guys. He's not here for me. I'm just a coach. You know, you guys are the ones performing.
Cool.
Yeah.
This was a lot of fun.
It was.
My bladder.
Tell me about it. Peach tea was getting strong.
I was just wondering. I told Braden, I think you went to check your prostate.
Yep.
All right. Well, hopefully you come back, and hopefully the Marlins come back and win the game tonight against the Phillies.
Bottom of the 8th, 2 outs. We're still up 4-1. Kirkland's in now, so.
No, I honestly would rather see you guys than the Mets.
I'd rather see anybody than the Mets.
Yes.
Yeah, last year, I said it to somebody watching the Phillies losing the Mets in the playoffs. I said that's almost like an equivalent to seeing the Eagles losing the Cowboys in the playoffs.
Oh, yeah.
Would not want to see that.
No. The Cowboys I used to despise. I still do.
There's no professional sports franchise that I despise more than the Dallas Cowboys.
No, New York Mets. Both
Mets
of
are
them.
my second. The Mets.
I actually have one that's worse. Mike, since I'm a giant Ram fan, I hate the 49ers.
Well, yeah.
I hate everything about them. I hate their colors. I hate their people. I hate San Francisco.
I hate how whiny they were in 2023 when the Eagles beat the Stars in the NFC title, and they're like, "Oh, we would have had Purdy," and I'm like, "If you would have protected Purdy, maybe you would have had a shot." You know, you're putting a tight end on a guy that's leading the NFL in sacks. You're going to expect that your quarterback's going to get bull rushed here.
Yes, and it just I can't. Them and since they beat us twice in the Super Bowl, the Patriots and Tom Brady, I hate them too.
I tell people I don't like teams because of their fan bases. Hence why you'll hear me say I don't like the Dallas Cowboys. Their fans are just – I think their fans are just the worst when it comes to delusion.
Yeah, I got 4.
Yeah.
Cowboys are one that I can't stand. Cowboys are the one of them. 49ers, Patriots, and Steelers. Steeler fans are arrogant too. Even when they haven't won a playoff game in how long, and they're still arrogant every year.
Yeah, I had to grow up with that. I had to grow up hearing you had no Super Bowl rings, and
I bet you they're so pissed off that you guys have won 2 out of the last
best professional team in Pennsylvania.
Well, yeah, the Sixers got
New York.
Sixers got nothing.
Norman's there too. Any New York team. Yeah, the Braves are beating the Mets right now 4-0.
So that's how long it's been. 13 years.
Good. I'd like to keep it that
Let's
way.
make it 13 more.
I'd say 130 more times it by 10 and make 130 as long as I live. I couldn't. I was so happy to see Indiana beat New York in the Eastern Conference Finals. I was so happy to see that, and I tell you what, I'll say that one thing: this NBA Finals is probably the first time in a few years I haven't watched it with a hate watch toward one of the two teams.
I know. I like it that it's like Oklahoma City and Indiana, teams that you don't
go 7 games.
Yeah, but I do think you'll see Oklahoma City in there quite a few more times in their career.
I think Oklahoma City's going to be winning Game 6 here. I think Tyrese Halliburton's starting to get a little fumes are starting to get to him.
Yeah.
I'd love to see the Sixers fan in me would love to see TJ McConnell win a ring. Unfortunately, the Sixers aren't going to be anywhere close to an Eastern Conference in the next decade. So
hey, Kenny, your Miami Heat got in the Kevin Durant sweepstakes.
I heard that. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing.
I am mad. I'm a Houston Rocket fan, and they're in it. And I don't want an old man who's injured all the time now.
That's exactly
we already
what it
have
is.
Joel and I call him Joel and Bleed, but we already have Joel and Bleed.
Yeah. Exactly.
Paul George is the same thing. He's podcasting nowadays. The only guy on the Sixers I like is Tyrese Maxey. I do like Jared McCain, the rookie we got. He's a Duke guy, so you know me and my Duke fandom.
But these Rockets got, from years of losing, they won 52 games last year with a bunch of kids all under 23.
Yeah.
Why the hell get rid of them for an old man who gets injured all the time? Because the Suns want Jalen Green, our leading scorer, Jabari Smith.
He's gonna be special. I'll tell you that.
Yes.
Jalen Green.
Yeah. They want Jalen Green, Jabari Smith, our pick last year, Reed Shepard, and they want 2 first-rounders for an old man who's injured every year now.
I'm just waiting for the Sixers or front office. They're going to do something stupid here. They're probably going to trade the 3rd pick of the draft or something I thought that would be Kevin Durant sweepstakes will be coming to Philadelphia too, but.
Well, I guess right now it's the Rockets, the Spurs, Miami, and there's one other I can't remember.
San Antonio.
I said
He
that.
did say Spurs,
Spurs.
I don't want them. I don't let the Spurs have them.
Oh, Toronto was the other one.
Toronto.
Yeah.
Toronto. Yep.
Yeah.
He won't go there with the taxes and stuff.
But yeah, I was frustrated last year when the Sixers picked up Paul George. It's just if you looked at the teams that have won the titles the past couple of years in the NBA, it's not having multiple superstars out of their prime on the teams, a couple egos as well. It's all about having your depth. If you have a solid 8, 9 guys on your roster in the playoffs, that can do damage. It's like the Indiana right now. They have that Mathurin guy who normally sometimes comes off the bench. He put up a 30-point game the other night for him, and then that's something that you do. And what bothers me, because when I played, I was one of the bigger guys. I can't stand that the game's just now revolving around the 3-ball.
It's 3-pointers, man.
3-pointers, man.
That's it.
And a lot of people don't like me when I say I can't stand Steph Curry.
That's okay.
Yes, he's the best shooter of all time, but I think he ruined the game of basketball.
Yeah.
And I think seeing how Shai Gilgeous-Alexander plays now, is giving me games coming back. He's driving, attacking, settling for maybe short 15-foot jumper, getting to the rim, getting to the free throw line. A lot of people call it foul baiting. Free throws. If you're gonna get fouled, take your free throws.
See, old Brett and I remember the good old days with the center, Jabbar, Chamberlain, Bill, Bob Lanier, Wes Unsold.
Don't forget about Daryl Dawkins.
Daryl Chocolate Thunder.
Moses Malone.
Moses Malone.
You had him on the other week. You had Aaron Gingrich on the other week. I wore 53 when I played for him. And when I got that jersey number, I cracked a joke with him. I said, "Oh, you can call me Vanilla Thunder."
Yeah.
Daryl. I sat there in my head. I'm like, "Who wore 53?" I even asked him. I asked my dad. I'm like, "Who wore 53 ever?" And he said, "Well, Daryl Dawkins wore 53." I'm like, "There you go."
You are Vanilla Thunder.
But the Berman mentioned about something with the Sixers and. Was it Sixers and Flyers?
No, Farrell said, "Can everyone see the 76ers and Flyers?"
Oh, yeah, it's Xfinity. That's Philadelphia.
Yeah, I mean, everything's got corporate now. Do you see the Lakers were sold today?
Yes.
$10 billion. And I am so pissed because I thought you, me, Braden, and Kenny could get them.
Yeah, it's pocket change.
And he outbid us $10 billion. Yes. I had $9.5 billion on the table.
LeBron will be playing for the Dodgers next year.
Yeah.
I don't know where that guy gets his money from, but my God.
I know. Dodgers, now the Lakers. Well.
And plenty of memories. I saw Berman mentioning the 2017 Eagles Super Bowl parade.
Yeah.
What a time that was. It was phenomenal. Phenomenal time. I was senior year in college.
It always is, man. It's just when your team wins it all, it's great, especially the Super Bowl.
Well, I have a framed photo in my living room of Saquon Barkley doing that little backwards hurdle.
Yeah, so do I, right there.
Nice.
Ever since I put that up, again, that was a Christmas present we both got. Ever since I put that up, the Eagles didn't lose a game.
Do you know? I hate the team he plays for. I want to hate him, but I can't.
You just can't.
I interviewed him 3 times when he was at twice at Penn State, and once when he was with the Giants. He came back and did a Penn State football camp, and he's just one of the nicest, most humble guys you would ever want to meet.
It was one of those things. I said it when he was a Giant. I said I want to hate him, but I can't.
I talked to him a little bit when he was a senior in high school. He played in the holiday tournament up here at the high school. Whitehall did.
Whitehall played at Mifflin County.
I remember. I was there. I was like, wow.
Yeah, he had some big legs back then, too.
Yeah. It's like, who's that thick dude playing basketball?
Little do we know.
Shanahan went to Ohio University as a linebacker.
That was, I remember at that camp, it was funny. But it had to be a buddy of his. I didn't know who it was, but they were jawing on each other. You know how friends rag on each other? And this was back when Gurley was with the Rams doing really good. Was an all-pro. And Barkley said something to this guy, and they're buddies. And this kid said back, "Yeah, well, you're not as good as Gurley." Now he's better.
Yeah.
and
he is.
And you put him behind the best offensive line in the game.
Yeah, I don't know if it's going to be now with Kelsey gone.
I still think there last year.
I still think they're there. You know, if as long as they have Jeff Stoutland and that coaching staff, the Eagles' offensive line is always going to be a top 3 in the league. Because that guy can turn. Heck, he turned Jordan Mailata from a rugby player to a left tackle just like that. to an all-pro left tackle.
Who's screaming?
That was my wife has the TV on. I didn't do anything to her, I swear.
Okay. Oh yeah.
The golden fifth round draft pick today got a 101 speeding ticket for going 101 miles an hour.
Yeah, he did.
The golden boy, old Shadur.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
Well, you know, that was embarrassing. His fault. Holy shit. It's like, do you think he pissed some NFL teams off? Him and his dad?
I think you're going to see that with the kid from Rutgers, Ace Bailey. He's refusing to interview some teams.
Yes, I read where he's fallen because of it.
And
yeah, you don't want to spend that money on a guy with an attitude.
I don't care.
I'm hoping the Sixers see that because I think Sixers were looking at taking him.
And I wouldn't be surprised we do, because it's a Sixers thing to do. It's a Sixers thing to do.
Trade up and get Cooper Flag.
Philadelphia's looking to be injury prone.
You'd have to trade a shit load to get Cooper Flag.
Yeah, I don't think Dallas is going to do anything stupid 2 times in 1 year. But
yeah,
hey, you never know.
You never know.
Who'd have thought they'd have got rid of Doncic?
A reward for trading Doncic, you get the first round pick. You get the first pick of the draft.
Still seems a little funny.
Yeah, I'm still iffy about the draft lottery in the NBA. There's a lot of things in the NBA.
Yeah.
That new mid-season tournament that they play, I can't stand that.
Yeah, that's stupid.
It's stupid.
That's stupid. I just think you got a GM. This Cooper Flag thing's the best thing that could happen to him because the Dallas fans wanted to hang that guy.
Oh, my God.
Yeah. And he didn't want to go. Doncic, remember when he came back and he was playing with the Lakers? He cried when they introduced him. He didn't want to leave.
I mean, we go from a place like Dallas where you can make a lot of money to a place like Los Angeles.
Yeah, you can make a lot of money there with that owner.
Yeah, you can there too now.
Yeah.
LSU just took the lead against Arkansas here.
The old guys sound like they're getting tired.
No, I'm old. That's all. I yawn.
You gotta realize it's 9 o'clock where you guys are at. It's 8 o'clock where I'm at.
8 o'clock you're at.
But hey, I appreciate you guys coming on.
It's an hour past my bedtime.
Yeah, we usually go. This was fun. We usually only go an hour. We've gone an hour and a half.
Yeah. Yeah, it was fun.
Had a blast.
Definitely
well, guys,
fun.
Thank you for coming on. Come back, please. When your prostate and your bladder is better, Brett.
I'll be back in the area for a week in July. Probably about 10 days in July. I'll be back for 4th of July weekend and the week after that.
Nice.
Going back to visit everybody.
Cool.
It'll be a fun 16-hour drive to get up there, but
your mom will like that.
Oh, I know she will. Several people like that.
Right in the air tonight. I love you, honey. Love you, honey.
I think she's putting the dog to bed right now. I know the dog's probably
dog was just in here for a little bit ago. I tried to pick her up to look, but she wouldn't have anything to do with it.
She don't want picked up.
All right, guys. Thank you so much. Yes. Please come back.
Thanks, guys.
Hey, no problem. Yep. I'll give a shout out to my man Berman.
Yeah, Dave.
Berminator.
Hey, once again, Brian, congratulations on your Hall of Fame.
Thank you, my friend. I think, like I told you, I just think it's because I'm so old I outlasted everybody.
Well, that was part of it. We felt sorry for you. The board did so. No,
yeah.
I'm just kidding.
They did. I know they did.
So they brought your name up. They brought your name up in the meeting. I went, "Are you serious?"
I bet. Well, I was stunned when Joel called me. I'm like, "What?" Really?
Yep, you're well deserving of it.
Thank you. And then I kept it quiet. He called me like, I forget when. I kept it quiet for months. And somehow Berman got a hold of it. And next thing I know, it's all over Facebook that, you know, the Hall of Fame stuff. It's like, thanks, Dave.
Yep. Hey, well, it's been fun, guys. I'll talk to you later. Braden, I'll see you in the beginning of July. Berman, if you're still in there, let's go, Phils. We'll see you. Have a good night.
See you guys. Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Appreciate it. That is Bret and Braden Treaster, father and son. They are here. They were here tonight on the press box, and we're glad that they were here.
And I think we have another record. I think we got another record. Longest show.
Yeah, 136.
Yeah.
That's wild. Do you have any shout outs?
With this weather and the way things are going,
No.
I unfortunately don't have any now.
Well, that's okay. We went over so long, but all right. That's going to wrap it up for us. We thank everybody that stayed the whole time. You've been listening to the press box, and we will be back once again next Wednesday, hopefully with a guest. If not, Kenny and I'll wing it.
Yep.
We thank you and hope to see you next week. For Kenny Varner, I'm Brian Carson. Thank you. Have a great rest of your week.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.